Hello everyone, my name is Killer Chicken. I am back with another video. Today I will be reviewing the LEGO Marvel Captain Marvel set number 76127, and it is for ages 7 and up if you worry about that. This is Captain Marvel and the Skrull Attack, 307 pieces for $29.99. A great price to part ratio, a lot different than the one that we just took a look at. If you saw my latest video, yeah, that price to piece ratio was not the best. But anyway, as you can see, this is basically the 1990s Quinjet. It's like one of the older versions of the Quinjet, and it looks way less sleek than the other ones, but they pulled it off pretty well. As you can see, it's got 3 minifigures and Goose, the cat. I like how whenever LEGO puts the more realistic version of the person on that side and then the LEGO version on that side, kind of unique. As you can see, you've got the A there for Avengers. I'm pretty excited about this set. Looks like it's got some great features, and here are some just different angles, some of the features. And yeah, let's go ahead and open this up and take a look. I will be keeping most spoilers out of this video because I have seen the movie. Wanted to see that before I reviewed this set. So yeah, don't worry, I won't be spoiling too much, I think. Alright, here's the set all built up. Let's take a look at those minifigures and cat. Alright, so here's the main character, of course, Captain Marvel, and that's definitely Kira's face from Solo: A Star Wars Story. I'm kind of disappointed with LEGO's lack of making new prints for new actors and actresses. It kind of is a little bit insulting, I guess. It's kind of saying that they're not unique enough and they're just reusing someone else's face, and, you know, I just think that's a little bit lazy, and honestly, she really doesn't look like how she does in the movie. I think it's her eyebrows. I think they're too thick. She also has an alternate face with the more of kind of a smile, or looks more like a smile than like kind of an angry face, but yeah. She also has these power blasts that are jarringly in the wrong color. These are Iron Man bolts, not Captain Marvel bolts. They need to be orange, but they fire pretty well nonetheless. I think something about these translucent colored ones fire better than the kind of solid colored ones. I don't know, maybe the plastic is just a little bit different. But yeah, she's got some great torso printing with the star and the red and blue color scheme and a little bit of gold in there. Her legs are very bare though, and so are her arms, just as they typically are in LEGO Marvel sets. Let's move on. Next up, we have 90s Nick Fury with his disgusting Galaxy Squad pistol. We're just going to go ahead and remove that because that looks gross. Honestly, they should use that one that's kind of more rectangle right here, and then they have like one thing on the end. It looks way more realistic and is just better. As you can see, he's got some great torso printing, and I think these holsters are supposed to be brown, so maybe LEGO had some wrong concept art or something, but yeah. His face doesn't look that accurate. I don't know, something about it just doesn't look very right, but you definitely can tell who this is. He's got the thin hairpiece, typically, and he does have an alternate face with kind of a more stern look. Coming around to the back, he also does have the continued print going around. So yeah, it's basically all with this minifigure. Not much to say since he's kind of lacking prints. But yeah, let's move on. Lastly, for the minifigures, this is Talos, and he is obviously a Skrull, who is they are shapeshifters, and they're little green aliens with pointy ears. And I think this guy is totally lacking prints. That is just such a bare head, and it's very, very weird looking, honestly. It just doesn't flow right. It's like, that looks pretty good, honestly, and then it's like, hey, we forgot ears. And then they just didn't do anything up there. There's actually a hole up there for some reason. You could probably stick something in there. But yeah, aside from the lacking head print and stuff, the torso is pretty good, and then of course he's just got plain black legs. The torso printing on the back looks pretty good too, and he has a weird stud shooter for some reason. I think these should just stay with Star Wars if they're going to be somewhere, because it's a little bit weird to have them in Marvel sets. And here's Goose, the cat. I honestly think that he should have been a bit more of a golden color. This is way too orange, because I really don't think it looks that right. I think the printing looks pretty good as far as how he looks in the movie, but the color for the just base color just isn't right. It's more, this is like a ginger cat, and I think it needs to be a little bit more yellowish gold, in my opinion. As for the set, it does not disappoint. I think a lot of times Marvel gives us some lackluster minifigures and then just throws in a beautiful build. And yeah, they definitely did that here. This is a smaller version of a Quinjet, obviously from the 90s, just with its kind of lack of advanced tech applied to it. It looks really good. It's definitely not the right size. I think there were supposed to be like 4 minifigures able to fit in this cockpit, but only one fits in, as you can see. Right there, you'll have to take the pistol out, and that fits on just fine. So yeah, like I said, it's not to scale at all, but it still looks really good. As you can see, there's a lot of stickering on here that if you apply right, I don't know if I did, but if you would apply it right, then it looks really good. I think these two need to be a little bit closer so there's not a little bare spot there. But yeah, looks pretty good. Coming around to the side, you can see the SHIELD logo right here, and I think that looks pretty good. These stickers are the translucent ones so that it blends more with the color that you put it on. The only problem with that is sometimes you get air bubbles, so you need to watch out for that. As you can see, you have this giant chunk of build over here with 4 white missiles, and the way those fire are on the back here. They really are bringing back the flick fire missiles, and yeah, that fires pretty well. I feel like it's more of a bomb drop effect. It doesn't shoot very far, so you know, like you're flying by and you just drop the bombs. It's less of a missile launch. But yeah, staying on the wing, as you can see, they use one of these great new kind of angled slope pieces, which I think looks pretty good. We got a no step sticker because, you know, if you step there, you're gonna get sucked into the jet, and if you stand here, you're gonna get burnt to crisp. So yeah, they're sure to tell you that because they don't want that to happen at all. There's a lot of great slope pieces used here, and I really love the gray and red color blend. As you can see on this side, like I showed you, you have the missiles just like on the other side, and that fires off like so. The front, coming back to the front, I'm not quite sure what this thing is. It looks a little bit weird, but I'm sure it's accurate. And then these engines are beautiful. I love these fins that come off in 2 different ways. Looks pretty good. Not sure what this thing is, but it's there, and just kind of a little flap thing. Not really sure what's supposed to be happening. And in the back, you've got a hatch that does not really fit a minifigure unless you just really shove them in, and that isn't really ideal. Yeah, I don't think that really works. No, it doesn't. I think it's basically supposed to be just for Goose. So, there we go. Yay, and that works just fine. I really love these engines, like I said. They're very well put together, kind of with these little movable things right there, and yeah, it doesn't move very much up and down. So yeah, overall, this is a really, really good build for the set. I'm a little bit disappointed with the minifigures. They're just very lacking in the detail. I'm not very big on Captain Marvel's face print. It doesn't look a lot like her, and Talos could use a little bit more printing on the head and maybe even on the legs. His gun choice is very interesting. I like Goose, except he's just a little bit off when it comes to color. Nick Fury is a good minifigure. His face just doesn't look a lot like how he does in the movie. I don't know what they could have done differently, and his torso printing is superb. And yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say about this. I also wish that these were orange, because that's what her photon blasts aren't. They're not blue. So yeah, that's pretty much all for this set. I really love it. And yeah, I think that's all I gotta say. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. And if you enjoy my content, please be sure to subscribe if you haven't yet and you enjoy my content. Please be sure to hit the bell icon to stay even more up to date. You'll get a solid notification every time I post a video. And yeah, thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys next time.